So there's an unlawful detainer filed against you. So the first thing you need to do to fill out this form is put your name, and address. The address you put here is important because the court will send mail to you to the address listed here. After that, put a phone number. After you put a phone number, move on to the court's address. In the court's address, you can find it in the complaint. So after you put the court's address, put the plaintiff's name here. If you don't know the plaintiff's name, you can find it in the complaint. Then put your case number. If you don't know it, it will be in the complaint. Then move on to number 1. Your name will already be there, so you don't have to do anything, so just go ahead and move on to number 2. And then number 2, you can either check A or B. Then you check A if the complaint's asking for less than $1,000. If it's asking for more, then move on to B. And then in B, what you need to do is deny statements made in the complaint. The statements that you're denying will go here. When you're denying statements, you just have to write the number that corresponds to the statement that you're denying. So for example, if you're denying number 6, you would just write 6. Same thing, so in the space below, you put statements that you don't know or have information on. So you don't know if they're true or false. You can list them here. Move on to 3. In 3, you will mark affirmative defenses that apply to you. After 3, move on to 4. And number 4, you could check 4A if you moved out of the unit. Check 4B. Check 4B if there are bad conditions in your unit. If they are, then go ahead and check this box as well. After 4, go on to number 5. In number 5, go ahead and check C if the plaintiff is asking for attorney fees. Then check D if there's bad conditions in your unit. It's just saying that your landlord should fix those issues, and until he does, you should pay a reduced amount of rent. Move on to number 6. And number 6, you will just have to put how many pages you are adding to your answer. Scroll down and then you'll have to sign your answer here. Then go down, and then here you put a date, and the date will be the date that you're signing your answer. Your name will already be here, so all you need to do is sign it. So just remind yourself of that once you print it out. Move on to the next page, which are more defenses. And the first defense is defective notice. So here you just mark the boxes. If you think your notice is defective, scroll down and it's defective complaint. So here, mark the boxes that you think that apply to you, and then number your page. After you number your page, move on to the next, which will be habitability. If there are bad conditions in your unit, go ahead and check the ones that apply. If not, then go ahead and move on to the next, which is repair and deduct. So if you made any repairs and deducted that from the rent, then these are the ones you want to look at. Next thing is an estoppel. And estoppel is if there was an agreement between you and the plaintiff that you could pay the rent at another time, and then they backtrack from that agreement. If not, then go ahead and skip this and number the page. The next defense is waiver. So if you think that the plaintiff has done something where he can no longer enforce the notice, then these are the defenses you can look at. Under waiver are the defenses for retaliation. So if you think the plaintiff is retaliating against you, then go ahead and look at these defenses. Under retaliation are the defenses for discrimination. So here you just check the ones that apply to you, and then if you require a reasonable accommodation and you didn't get it, then go ahead and look at the bottom defenses. If none of these apply, then go ahead and move on to the next defenses and number your page. And the next defenses, it's a Section 8 voucher. So if you receive Section 8 Then these are defenses you want to look at. But if you don't, then go ahead and leave these blank. And these defenses are project-based Section 8. So if you live in a project-based unit, then look at these. But if these don't apply to you, then just number the page and move on. The next defense is Tenant Protection Act. So go through this top paragraph here, and if these apply to you, then go ahead and check the boxes that apply to you. The next defense is the COVID-19 moratorium. So if you live in a city that passed a moratorium for evictions, then check this box and then number the page. And move on to the next defense, which will be tenant harassment. So in tenant harassment, check the boxes that apply to you if you're harassed on the property by the plaintiff or somebody acting on behalf of the plaintiff. And then number your page. So the next page is a proof of service. So proof of service is included because you need to serve a copy on the plaintiff. So you will need somebody to mail your answer for you. If you're not sure who can mail your answer for you, just look at number 1. And number 1 tells you who can mail your answer for you. So the person that mails it for you will have to complete number 2. And then number 3, they'll put the date they mail your answer and the city and state they're mailing it from. What we could do in number 3 is check the boxes for attachment 3L. And the box that says answer UD 105, then scroll down, complete number 5, and in number 5, all you have to do is put the plaintiff's address. Or if the plaintiff has an attorney, put the attorney's address. But once you're done with your proof of service, you still need to do a couple of things. So one is print out the forms, so it's signed on page 2 of the answer. Get somebody to mail the answer for you, and have that person complete the proof of service as well. So they will need to write their name and sign it in the bottom. That's all you have to do to complete an answer, and that marks the end of the video.